Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello everyone and welcome to Gardening with Ben. Well, this is the Sunday episode of Gardening with Ben. We've managed to get 7 episodes out in 1 week. That's the first time ever that I've managed to do something like that, and I'm really enjoying recording them. And the funny thing is actually Friday that I'm recording this, so I've not even had the weekend yet, so I can't tell you what I've done on the allotment yet, as I don't know what I've done, but I'm hoping to get a lot of jobs completed, and fingers crossed the weather does stay fine and we manage to get outside, because I really need to keep clearing them beds, getting them all tidied, getting them all ready, getting them all prepared, ready for next year, and being prepared of myself, ready for the year ahead. On Friday I had a nice share, what somebody shared on their Instagram story of them listening to my podcast, so thank you for sharing that on your Instagram story. Feel free to do share the link from your Spotify on Instagram so that other people can listen to these podcasts and join in along with us. And it amazes me how many people listen to them. I'm literally getting over 100 downloads a day on the episodes, so thank you very much for those that do listen every day on a regular basis. And if you're new, please do click that subscribe button, because hopefully we'll be getting lots more podcasts out regularly. And you never know, it might stay daily if I manage to find enough topics to talk about. But fingers crossed, hopefully we will do. So, it's now the middle of October and the days are getting shorter, the nights are drawing in, it's darker for longer, and stuff won't be ripening now. So you need to make sure that you get all your tomatoes picked if there's any left over on them, because they won't ripen very well at all. And obviously if you've got apples ready, start picking them off. They should be ready by now, and fingers crossed I will have picked mine this weekend by the time you hear this. And also again, if you're growing pumpkins, make sure you start getting them picked now. Keep an eye on the temperature, because as soon as the first frost hits, it will start rotting them pumpkins. So you need to be prepared, keeping an eye on that temperature and make sure that the frost doesn't come. And they have been, I know you should never read newspaper articles, but they have been saying that it could snow for Halloween, which I'll believe when I actually see it. So make sure you do pick them pumpkins. Store them in a cool place, because they don't want to be somewhere warm, as I've seen pumpkins explode, and obviously you don't want them all exploding in the house and shooting all the pips out everywhere and causing a mess. So make sure you save them somewhere cool and dry so that they don't go rotten. So one thing that I'm going to be doing this Sunday is I'm going to go to a market in Sheffield, if you're in the Sheffield area, called the Pollen Market, and it's a new thing that they've just brought out recently. It only got launched last month, to be honest. It's going to be on a monthly basis on a Sunday, and it's a market for everybody that loves plants. Now that could be a disaster. I actually went last time, and thankfully I only came away with some cake, which is quite surprising for me. At this pollen market there is a range of different stalls, absolutely loads of stalls there, all about plants mainly, and you'll see all different varieties of plants. You'll see the succulents, you'll see the cactus, you'll see the exotic plants, you'll see the house plants. There's even plants for outside in the garden, and also there's different demonstrations happening. One of my good friends who runs Leaf and Shoot in Sheffield, they have a stall, and last month they were demonstrating how to make terrariums. That was on their store last month, and this month they're going to be doing demonstrations on bonsai trees. It's always something that I've been interested in doing, to be honest. I should really have signed up for doing it, as they do amaze me, the bonsai trees, and they take so much care and consideration in growing. It's something I really do need to look into more houseplants, as I know lots and lots of stuff about growing fruit and vegetables. Well, I think I know quite a bit. I don't know everything. I hold my hands up at that, and usually when I get asked a question I don't know, I do admit it, because not everybody knows everything, and that's the truth. Even the celebrity gardeners, they don't know everything. So it's something that I need to learn more about, is houseplants. I've not actually got any houseplants at the moment. I did have a couple, but I forgot to water them, so they died. And yeah, it's something that I do need to learn more about, because I don't get a chance to go to my allotment that much, and I've not got a garden, as I live in a flat, and it's something that I can continue to do while I'm in the house looking after plants, and it's bringing the enjoyment back home to where I live and trying different houseplants and stuff like that. So if you do grow houseplants, let me know, send me a message, tell me what you grow. It's always good to see what other people grow, and tell me which plants are nice and easy to grow, what are very great looking as well, that look brilliant and have a great look about them. And another job that I need to get started looking into is I need to look into what seeds I actually got at home, as I don't know if you're like me, but I purchase garden magazines every month. Obviously I can't say which ones they are, but I won an award for one, and I get free seeds coming in the magazine every month, and it can be up to about 10 packets every month in 2 magazines, so I'm getting 20 packets of seeds every single month, and I just shove them all in a bag, and I must have hundreds of packets of seeds. I could even open up my own shop, garden centre, with how many seeds I've got, and sometimes you think, why do I just keep buying these magazines for the seeds? But I do know there's more people out there that are hoarders. Magazine for the seeds. Hold your hands up, let me know who you are. I did share a funny reel about it the other month, about how people love collecting magazines for the seeds. And one key thing that I do want to try growing next year is more varieties of flowers. We can only grow 25% of our plot as flowers, 75% has to be fruit and vegetables, so we can only grow 25%, which is enough for me, because I like to grow them in my borders. I don't like to grow them in my vegetable beds, so I need to look at what different types of flowers I can grow on my allotment, and which ones are nice and easy to grow, because I've grown a few of them regular each year because I know they grow well. The calundulas, the sunflowers, the spring bulbs I've got, the tulips, daffodils, hyacinths. I've got geraniums. I'm getting used to growing geraniums now from seed. I've done that for the last 2 years and they've done really well. We've got cornflowers, they do well. We've got dahlias, they've done really good. So yeah, I need to look at some different varieties of flowers to try and grow. So if anybody's got any suggestions on what's nice and easy to grow down at the allotment, let me know, because like I say, I love getting tips and advice from you followers, because I'm always learning, and flowers is something that I'm trying to learn about. So feel free to give me tips and advice. I won't take offence, as it's always good to share with one another the tips and advice from each other. So I hope that I'm really looking forward to next year, as this year has been a disappointment to me. I do keep saying that, but it has been a disappointment to me to see how much my plot has been neglected and how much I've not really done down there. It's going to take a lot of work this winter to get it back into shape and get it back looking good, ready for springtime and getting it all cleared. It's a hell of a lot of job, and lots of weeds to dig up, lots of plants to dig up, lots of shed rebuilding to do, lots of clearing off the plot to do to the tip. Yep, I have let myself down, I've let my followers down, but I've kept my blogging still going, and I hold my hands up and I show people that I've not done well. People have these ups and down years down on the plot, so I'm hoping that next year is going to be an amazing plot to be proud of, and you never know, I might enter the best allotment competition in the local councils. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, I do appreciate your support, and I do appreciate all the shares on Instagram and on Facebook, what you share to your stories about Gardening with Ben. It really does mean the world to me, and I really do hope this podcast does take off and get more people listening, because I do this on a daily basis. I record episodes 10 to 5 minutes long, and I really do enjoy it, and the more people that listen and benefits from it, it makes me happy, and I certainly do enjoy it. So have a great Sunday, everybody. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend doing what you do the best. Get out in them gardens, enjoy the open space, enjoy the fresh air, and as always, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.